So the Kansas City Chiefs took care of business last night against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints really had a few opportunities to do something there and upset the Chiefs, but classic Derek Carr blundered it really badly. Some things never change. And as of right now in the NFL, the only two undefeated teams are currently the Chiefs and the Vikings, and they are both going on their bye week in week 6. A pretty improbable undefeated run so far for the Chiefs. A lot of close games. A few games I feel like they definitely should have lost. I mean, that Ravens game was a toss-up. That Bengals game was also pretty sketchy, to say the least. So, good for the Chiefs for being undefeated, but I feel like right now their current 5-0 record is a bit inflated. I know they're a good team and that's a good defense, but I still think they're susceptible right now to take some L's. But still, fair play to them. Now, I want to take a look at both the Vikings and the Chiefs' remainder on their schedules, and just to kind of see where their first losses might occur and what's the most likely outcome. So let's really break it down. So for the Vikings, right after their bye, they have the Detroit Lions at home, 1 o'clock window, huge game right there. And I feel like that is definitely going to be a tough game for sure. Division rival, those games are always close. And the Lions are a legit Super Bowl contender this year again, so it definitely could be an L there. But I do like how they have a bye week prior to that game. Plus, it is a home game, so two big advantages there for the Vikings. So I don't really see a loss there, man. I would really take the Vikings at home, the extra time. That place is going to be rocking. And I just trust O'Connell to have a really good game plan, good script. And I think the Vikings could get the dub there for sure. After that, they have the Rams on the road, Monday Night Football. I think they take care of business there. Then in November, Colts, Jags, Titans, Bears. Come on, bro. That's a light schedule in November. December, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Packers. And then to finish the year at Detroit. I really don't see this team losing until December. Who knows, maybe the Rams and Sean McVay could have a major upset, but that November schedule is so light. The Colts at home, at Jacksonville, at Tennessee. Who knows, maybe that Chicago game might get tricky. It's in Soldier Field. But I really don't see this team losing until December. Let me know if y'all agree with that take. I think this team could definitely finish with only 2 losses on the year, if not maybe 1, which would be pretty crazy considering how no one saw this coming. No one saw this season coming for the Vikings. Really impressive stuff. Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year. Come on, man. Brian Flores, he's probably going to get a head coaching gig after this year if his defense keeps playing at a top unit level. So good for them. But if I had to make a prediction on their first loss officially, it's definitely close. Honestly, it's a complete random guess. You never know. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday, injuries can occur. Anything can happen. But for some reason, I'm going to go with the Bears. I just feel like at some point the Bears are going to have at least 1 win against them. I know that may seem bold and crazy, and it kind of is, but guess what? The NFL is also bold and crazy too. So it's a division rival game. Those games are always tight, close. And for some reason, I'm just feeling like the Bears will upset the Vikings at one point. Clearly, the Vikings have a better roster and better team overall than the Bears, but still, that's my prediction. Let me know your prediction in the comments below. When will the Vikings lose their first game? Would love to hear it. Now let's go to the Chiefs. So like I said, they have their bye in week 6, and then right after their bye, they have the 49ers on the road, 4:25 window, big game right there. big advantage to the Chiefs, that extra time to prepare for the Niners. I know the Niners are going to be jacked and juiced and ready for that game, revenge game yet again for the Niners, but I just don't think they're in the best spot right now to really beat the Chiefs. Who knows? I could be wrong. They do have a Thursday Night Football this game, so they also have a few extra days to prepare for the Chiefs, so that's definitely good if you're a Niners fan, but still, I probably got the Chiefs in that one. Then they finish off October against the Raiders. I feel like that's a pretty easy dub. In November, they have the Buccaneers, Broncos, Bills, Panthers, and Raiders. I feel like somewhere in there will definitely be one loss at least. I don't think it'll be against the Panthers or the Raiders. Who knows? It could be at Buffalo. They play them in Week 11, 425. Could be a revenge-esque game for Josh Allen yet again. And I know the Chiefs have owned Buffalo, but you never know. Crazy things happen. It's only the regular season. If it was the playoffs, of course, I would lean the Chiefs all day, every day against Buffalo. But it's the regular season, so something might happen there. And also the Broncos. I don't know. I feel like the Broncos always play the Chiefs fairly close. They actually beat them last year as well for the first time in a long time. And Denver's defense is pretty good thus far. And I think they could really cause some trouble for Mahomes and company. Plus, like I mentioned earlier, division rival games are always tight, close, and borderline weird most of the time. So I feel like the Broncos have a good opportunity to at least get one win against them this year. In December, they play the Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, and then they finish the year off in Denver, Week 18. Honestly, that December schedule, the only team that really has a chance against them, in my opinion, to upset them and give them an L would be the Texans. I think the Texans or the Ravens are probably going to make it to the AFC Championship versus the Chiefs. That's my prediction. And I feel like the Texans definitely aren't suited up to take them down this year. Will they do it? I'm not sure. It's really going to come down to D'Amico Ryans. Can he outcoach Andy Reid? Can he draw up a good enough game plan to shut down Mahomes? We'll have to find out. And CJ Stroud too, man. How clutch is this guy? We've seen Joe Burrow beat Mahomes a few times. Can CJ Stroud do it? I hope so. That'd be cool to see. The Texans in the Super Bowl, CJ Stroud, that loaded team. I think that'd be a really fun story, man. But yeah, I feel like this team could also only have a couple of losses. I feel like they might hit that 3 to 4 loss range just because how close all the games they've played so far have been. I feel like it'll catch up to them and there will be some variance once the season ends. But yeah, man, I feel like they have a pretty light schedule for the remainder of the year. Nothing too crazy. Let me know when you think they're going to lose first, or do you think they're going to go undefeated? Very possible as well. Anything is possible with Mahomes. That'd be crazy. Undefeated regular season, trying to three-peat. That would be a story for the ages. The greatest season of all time. Can it be done? We'll have to find out. And just Mahomes in general, man. You know, Josh Allen has come back down to earth the last couple weeks. Really, the first couple weeks, he was the MVP of the league. I know it was only 2 weeks, but he looked really good. But he's fallen back down to earth, and Mahomes, especially last night, man, he looked like a superhero out there. He looked like Superman, doing it all. Amazing throws. Running around, too, making plays. Like, seriously, man, this guy is just all-time. And he's definitely the favorite to win the MVP right now. I feel like Lamar is definitely up there at number 2. But we'll see what happens. Long season to go. A lot can happen. Injuries happen. tough games happen. So we'll see. Let me know who you would vote for MVP so far this year. And yeah, man, if you made this far, please subscribe. It would help out your boy a lot. And that's all I got for right now. Peace.
The Broncos will take the snap from the 45. Moore's the one who brings him to the ground.